Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. So today we're going to be taking a look at a ship mod called the Badtech Subspace Warfare Ship Design by W.K. Baldwin. So this is a paid mod. Now I recently did a review, probably like a couple of days ago, talking about this mod author. It wasn't... The video probably came across a little bit negative. Now that wasn't the intent. In the video I was talking about how paid mods that are for, like, paid ship mods shouldn't really be a thing with kind of Starfield's ecosystem and stuff. Now, in that mod, obviously, I said some things, and, you know, I still kind of stand by that mod and kind of mods of those calibers shouldn't really be paid when a lot of it's very vanilla. Now, this looks a little bit different. I will say, when I did review the mod, the paid mod, I believe it was, what was it? I believe it was, yeah, it was the industrial transport, this one here. And it had a couple of custom pieces that was kind of cool, like a very basic CK stuff. But there was some custom pieces. Now, looking at this, there's a couple of ships it adds. This seems to add a lot more custom pieces that have been kind of made in the CK, which I will say, we're going to get into it and see. But I do think that, Baldwin, if you're listening to this, like, instead of going the route of kind of doing the paid ships, which, you know, I think I'm not a huge fan of it, I think a lot of shipbuilders aren't, I'd rather see you do some paid parts mods, because that's something we do lack, especially vanilla-based parts. And just looking at it, it seems like you've clearly got the talent. Anyway, so this is 200 credits, which is around $2, around €2, £2, roughly £1. So we're going to go check it out, shall we? Alright, so we're here in the base game. So in order to place this, or to get these ships, you need to have an outpost, and you need to place the substation warfare module. I want to double check because they mentioned something else about credits. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So there also is a Badtech subspace credit crate. So what I noticed when reviewing Baldwin's other mod, for some reason they have like a kind of a way where you can you can get credits, which I'm not against necessarily, but I think it's, personally, I think it's kind of cheaty, but obviously in the past I've kind of said stuff like that and people have disagreed with me, which is perfectly fine. This apparently will, when you, every time you come back here, it will add credits, so if you kind of don't have the money to buy the ships. So we're going to go and check out the ships. So the mod author said that they made like a couple of custom items, which we're going to test out. So we've got the subspace ship... What? Shipbuilder control console. Okay. So that's just normal ships. And then this is normal. Okay. So we've got the SS Narwhal. Starwolf. Why did I say Narwhal? We've got the Starwolf with a con tower. We've got the torpedo. Got the Peacemaker. The Swordfish. The Trident. Now I'm going to be straight with you. These ships look absolutely fucking amazing. I really like these kind of like sideways pieces. I would love to see the mod author like actually create some of these pieces. We will see if we can, because I'm assuming we can fiddle with them. So what we're going to do is each one of them, they're kind of pricey. We're going to buy all of them. Buy the Starwolf. We're going to buy the Starwolf with the con tower, buy the torpedo, Peacemaker, Swordfish, and the Trident. Now we're going to go and modify ships. So we got the Trident. We're going to take a look at them, all of them first from the exterior. So they do hover, which is quite cool. Give the illusion. And then there is this is how you get into them. There's like a little kind of a symbol, which I'm not against. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Ow. That's very cool. Let me actually, hold on, let me free cam up there. That's really cool. So we're going to look at some of these pieces. So just looking at it, I can tell these are, the mod author is using a lot of pieces. Like, for instance, those are an engine piece on the front. Got some unique weapon skins, I think. See, the mod author is doing like kit bashing, which basically you combine a load of in-game assets to make like weapons and stuff. So this is like one of the Mauler autocannons with like a load of attachments to it. Are they the barrels off guns? They're the barrels off the... Like, that's what I mean. Like, clearly the mod author has some, like, really good talent. I would just rather see them, you know, use, like, ship parts as opposed to ships, you know? Let people build their own ships, but these do look very fucking cool. So, very, very cool. Got the conning tower up there. So we're gonna head inside and see what it's got going on the inside. In we go. Okay, so straight away, I don't think the interiors are custom. I think they're just normal interiors, I believe. Yeah, are they windows? Oh, oh, they did side windows. They actually look kind of cool. Got some side windows here. Docking port up there. Up the ladder, and we have two more. Bit of clipping there. Don't mind it a whole lot though. You know, I'd be hypocritical if I complained about clipping. I'm a merger. What can I? What? So the interior themselves are not custom. The exteriors clearly are. And we've got one here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out the next one, and we'll be back. All right, so it was the Triton. So if we look at the stats on it, now it's very overpowered. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's extremely overpowered. Which again, this is where like kind of like my kind of view on mods is I like mods to be very vanilla friendly, and just looking at it, it's not really. So it's got a fuel of 500, which is all right. It's got a hull of 3,000 again. Normally I'd be like okay, but it's supposed to be an A class. It's got 90, so 950, but 9.5k cargo. It's got an A class reactor with 70 power. Now I don't know why you would need 70 power and why it's an A class. You could definitely merge. He could have merged in like just a C class reactor. I know that I'm assuming the reason it's A class is to allow, you know, everybody to kind of get access to it, which is like fair, but you need that much power. Crew of 10, jump range of 30 light years, shield of 1190, ballistic damage, ballistic weapons is 360, particles are 34. That's gonna check the next one, which is the Star Wolf. Star Wolf has pretty much the same layout, but as a crew of 13. It's got less of a hull, which is kind of interesting considering the other one didn't. We're gonna make this one the home ship. Again, like, look, they're fucking awesome ships. They look really cool. And I do hope that, Baldwin, if you are watching this, I do hope you didn't take any, like, personal offense. Because, like, as I said in the other video, like, at the end of the day, that's Laredo gun, that's so fucking cool. At the end of the day, like, Bethesda allows it, which is fair game. I was just kind of voicing my opinion because I am a big ship builder. I like building ships. And I just never like the idea of kind of gatekeeping ships away from, you know, people. Like, obviously, the thing is with paid mods and stuff, it's always going to be a controversial topic. And, you know, you could argue and debate like what's fair versus what's not fair, you know. And a lot of people from the comments, there's a lot of people that disagree with me and said, Crimson, you know, I'm not against paid ship mods because I don't build ship mods. I'd like to buy them, which again, completely understand that mentality. I do wish Bethesda would allow us an easier way to upload mods or ship mods, like a blueprint system. Yeah, this ship looks very, very cool. All right, let's head inside and see what look. Well, obviously we'll do some weapon testing in a minute. I love those fins. Again, I'm assuming the interiors are going to be kind of, yeah, the interiors are quite small. All right, yeah, this is the Hope Tech. Other Hope Tech. I see Baldwin kind of builds like me. He's like, yeah, exterior looks Very nice interior, like whatever happens fit. You get the job done. Engineering room. The forward docking bay. I will say I really like these circular windows. And then wait, whoops. Where did that go? Oh, we got a what? Ooh, little observation deck. Apparently I broke my leg, but I don't know how I broke my leg. Alright, now we're gonna check the next one. This is the Star Wolf with the conning tower. We're gonna go check it out. Again, stat wise, it's A class. Hull is a little bit less. I'm interested to see what those ballistic weapons are like, because they're pretty something else entirely. So we're gonna go take a look at it again. Again, like it's very, very cool. I think the only real difference is this has a little conning tower, which is the docking port. Yeah, I do realize, like, a lot of these pieces, like, you're not going to be able to use them to the extent of how the mod author is using them. But I think it still would be really cool. Like, these like, wing pieces, like, look awesome. I would love to kind of get them, like, as an actual wing piece. Same with, like, these, like, little green, like, this, like, piece here, very, very cool. Like, I say he, I'm assuming it could be he or she, but they're very, very talented. Which, like, I will say, there's a part of me that obviously does feel bad, because initially when I made the video, like, I kind of, like, seen, like, I've seen the mod author's work and the paid mods and ship mods, and initially I was kind of like I said before many times, like I would never do a review on them, because, again, I'm not a huge fan of, oh, whoops, sorry, hit the mic, because I'm not a fan of it. But, like, if we just kind of take all that bias aside, which, you know, like, this is an awesome mod, and I do think it's, like, it's fair to charge it. Now, saying that, I don't want, I feel like mod authors, mod authors need to not make a habit of doing kind of paid ship mods like this. Like, again, if you're going to if it's like parts included, which we will check in a minute, you know, like, if you're kind of selling, you know, selling them like parts, you know, 100%, you want to make ship, if that's cool, you know, but whatever. But it's just, yeah, the idea of kind of like vanilla style ship mods should never be payable. Like, they should always be free. Are we gonna check out the next one? All right, so this is the torpedo, another A class. I'm just going off of, like, how the mod author has, like, spec'd everything. I think they're trying, because they're like a paid mod, they're probably trying to make it accessible to everyone. That's why they kind of have the A class reactor, and I do understand that. But I feel like I'm gonna do a video on it, talking about it. Not that this mod specifically, but the idea of, like, achievement friendly mods and stuff. Because it's funny how, like, you know, Bethesda they're what they deem as, like, achievement friendly and not. It's kind of hit and miss, to be honest with you. Again, interior, nothing to write home about. Hope tech stuff. Oh, what did I hit? Whoops. This is the cockpit. All right, we're gonna check the next one. All right, next we got the Peacemaker. Again, stats are they're all on par. They're all around the same. I will say I like this because the color scheme kind of reminds me of, like, a kind of the Rover, the RLV. It also, I don't know, it looks like it's kind of meant to be a rescue vessel. Like what I find quite interesting about this, which we'll check it out. So again, it looks awesome. See, some of the things you'll notice, and we'll see if we can determine it here in a minute. So the mod author has like combined pieces together, but one of the things you'll notice is there's no clipping issue. Like over here, you'll see the mod author has like these kind of like wing pieces. And I don't know if it's because the mod author, oh, I see. So I think the reason the mod author there has no clipping issues is they slightly lower them or higher them. This is why like stuff like this, like I'd love to see like, you know, mod authors who want to do ships of stuff into the CK and kind of combine these to make custom pieces. The ship itself, like it looks awesome. I know I've been saying that a lot. It looks really cool. It has the same kind of armaments. There's like laser weapons there that look kind of cool. So let's head inside. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. Again, interior, nothing to write home about. See, weirdly, on the topic of kind of like making a like, you know, like custom interior versus custom exterior, I personally prefer like custom. So by exterior I mean like custom ship. I prefer the exteriors because I think it, like, in my opinion, I think it takes a little bit more effort and time when you're like, because when you're building halves, like obviously halves look really cool, but you're kind of, you have your kind of your kind of constraints, like, okay, I'm inside this hab and like stuff. Whereas like when you're building a ship in the CK and stuff, like it's a lot harder because you have to make it all look nice and functioning from the outside point of view, because, you know, like in the inside, like people aren't going to look too much if, like, you know, something is off center. And obviously not trying to throw shade at anybody, I just, yeah, like I do like these kind of custom ships. I'm just a bit jelly because I want to be able to make them on, you know, Xbox and PC without having to into the CK. That's why, like, I really stress Baldwin, please give us some parts, please. I know this mod probably does have the parts, but all right. And then we're going on to, I think, the last ship now. So I think I've covered all of them but this one. I think swordfish. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take one up for a spin, because I think they all have, okay, that is particles, missiles, particles, missiles. One of them has lasers, I know. Particles, missiles, particles. Oh, they all have particle missiles, I think. Yeah, okay, they do. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of them up for a spin, and we're gonna just see how it kind of performs. Where is it? There we go. Let's do that. It looks so cool. All right, let's see how it takes off. I will say, like, the fact that they have the kind of the habs that allow the ship to float on its own is like really cool. I'm kind of interested to see like how that plays in. Let's take off. All right. Right, so we have a crap ton of power, like an unnecessary amount of power, which again, that's personal opinion. Weapon wise, got the ballistic cannons, got the lasers, and we got the missiles. That's sloop. Let's shoot this Galbag Hulker real quick. We'll hit him with the ballistics. Alright, so damage is pretty powerful, as you can see. Alright, so we're going to swap back now, and we're going to go check to see what has been added into the parts menu. We'll be back. we're back. Now we're gonna really quickly go and modify. So I will say, if you are planning on buying these ships, one thing to remember is they're heavily merged and they're made in CK, which means you're not going to be able to do a lot of them. So we're gonna go shipbuilder. Now I'm gonna just delete the entire ship for a minute. Right, so we'll start on Habs. I don't think we have any new Habs. Oh, we do, we do. What the fuck? Whoa. What the fuck? That's new. How does that work? Is it upside down? Does it function? Hold on. Give me a minute. Are any of these on the ships? Don't think they are. Alright, so that's interesting. So we've got Badtech Gunner Shogun Cockpit. We've got the Badtech Armstrong Gunner Cockpit. We've got the Magellan Gunner Cockpit, and then the Magellan 2 Nav Cockpit. We've got the Badtech Armstrong Cockpit. So these are, I think what these are, is they're allowing you to, I'm really curious now. Hold on, now we're gonna have to, we're gonna swap to my, where is it? I'm gonna swap to my war chest very quickly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of these on just to see what it looks like, because I'm really curious how they're gonna function. Do they actually count as, well, there is a door, which is kind of interesting. We're gonna tear these asunder. Yeah, they do function like they should. Interesting. So we'll do the Armstrong. We'll do the Armstrong on the bottom, like so, and then we've got the Magellan upside down. Okay, we need a one by one. So we're gonna just really quickly test them in a moment, they're very cool. Now I don't know what the difference in this nav cockpit is, but we're gonna test it just to see. The error, all modules must be above the landing bay. What's not above the landing bay? Eh? Oh, is it this one? Oh, it's probably this one. Yeah, it is this one, lovely. Okay, we're going to, hold on now. I flip them. Okay, you can't flip them, which is a little bit annoying. Let me just use a one by one. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see like how these function, and what they do. Yeah, see, I'm wondering, are they gonna actually be cockpits or like what? So obviously we have the Badtech SS Quasar reactor. Oh, so the reactor's on the front. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I'm assuming it doesn't fire off. So it provides A-class 70 power. Very powerful. I would argue OP, but that's just me. Do we have anything else? Nope. The shields, I don't think he has any custom shields. I don't think so. Oh, no, he does. So he has the Assurance SG-3000. What's the difference? So yeah, so he just removes the requirement. So that anyone can kind of place it. Now, structural pieces. What do we got structural-wise? So we got the Badtech porthole on the front. We got the side portholes and the bottom portholes. Oh, do we have none other ones? Got the Badtech Nova wing mounts. They're just flipped backwards. Badtech torpedo tubes forward. Again, they're just like simple flips. Oh, here we go. So we got the Badtechs. They're sideways. We got the little greebling. Got the gear strut. Sideways Deimos radiator. Sideways equipment plate. See, again, this is the thing, right? Like, a lot of these pieces exist in like the flip mods, Oh, he did do the wing. Okay, cool. So there's the wing. Can we have the wing sideways? I wish it was flippable. And we've got the wings port. So yeah, like he has some of them in here. We got the pipes. We got the top wing. Tech pipe sections mid. Pipes. Oh, he does have he's the oars. Oh, that's really fucking cool. Okay, so like I have to give it to them. Like I do think I honestly think for the price it's worth it in what we're getting. Now, there is a caveat to that. Let me just look at the like I will say ew, I like these. So you notice how he's got a load of these kind of like the Hope Tech side pieces, the Hope Tech top. Like, I think that, like, obviously, look, you can kind of do them with the flip mods as is, but I think that just because it's a paid mod, I would expect a little bit more than a free mod. And like a lot of these, like say for instance, these ones, there doesn't need to be multiple variants of these. You can just have them flippable, you know, like press Y to flip between them. That would be kind of my only real kind of concern with these. We got the spikes, which are really cool. We got more wings. We got more wings at an angle or up. We got thrusters on the back. See, again, these pieces don't need to do that. They should be just flippable. And then weapons, what weapons do we have? So we have the Badtech. Oh, what the fuck is this? Holy shit. Holy shit, that looks sick. Alright, let me put... What? Why are you not snap? Okay, does it only want to snap upside down? Okay, so apparently that's a bit of an issue. It won't snap forward, it'll only snap backward, which is a bit weird. And then we've got the pulse lasers and the missile launchers. Obviously, we've seen the pulse lasers in actions, and we've seen the missile launchers in actions. And we've got a Badtech large Gatling gun. Again, placement is kind of iffy. I have to say, I like it. Honestly, if these function anywhere like I would, if you could have turreted version of this, I'd pay for it. You've got the Badtech deck gun autocannon. We kind of seen that one. Anything else? Obviously, we're going to check these on Xbox after. Just going to make sure everything works. And then with the base, we've got the anti-gravity and then gravity max. So as you can see here, this will make the ship. So this has lander thrust, so we don't need any landing gear. And there's two versions. There's max and, you know, minimum. Cargo, I don't think we've got any new. Do we have any new cargo? No new. Oh, we do. We've got the Badtech. So this is from the other mod, interestingly. And then cockpits. Do we have any new cockpits? We've got the inverted cockpits, which we haven't used. Dockers. We have the front docker, the comm docker. And then engines. What engine do we have? We got the Badtech engines. Then equipment, we've got the comm spikes. Actually, they're actually equipment, which is very cool. Fuel tank, do we have any new fuel tanks? We've got the Colossus fuel tank. That is from the that's a M class. And then do we have any landing gear? We have Badtech, the big landing gear. And then these are more landing gear. Grav drive, we've got the Badtech grav drive again. I think it's more catered to Right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to delete all these. We're gonna go see what they look like on the interior. test the weapons, then we're going to swap over to Xbox. And we're going to kind of test them again. We'll be right back. Okay, so something I just noticed is the Gatling guns, despite them being the same, they're listed the same damage-wise, which is kind of weird. I don't know why that is. It's going to be interesting. So they do the same damage, don't they? 300 range, 30, 10. Yeah, they do the same damage. I don't know why. I mean, upscaling maybe. Right, so let's go check it out anyway. Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops. Be back. All right, so we're inside the ship now. We're going to check some of the... Oh, that's fucking cool. That's really cool. So they basically just flip them upside down. Like, obviously, it's not going to look amazing, but that's really, really cool. Getting in and out is slightly problematic. I will say, I like it, but tweak it a little bit. It's a paid mod. Come on now, make it look like a paid mod. Obviously, these pieces aren't listed or used in it. They're not used in the, in the ship. But honestly, like I said, I think you could definitely... So what is the difference of this? I don't understand what the... I'm assuming is this just supposed to be like a second cockpit, maybe? Interesting. We're gonna drop down. Like, I'm a huge fan of anything that adds, like, vanilla assets, but in a different way. I really like these. We've got... These are the upside down... Okay, this is not too bad. You can kind of get in and out. Weird beeping noises. How's it look like of a sit? Okay. So I really like this. It's quite a cool idea, kind of flipping them gives a different profile. I would say just make sure to like tweak them. Like this is fine because he must have put an invisible barrier. So you get a visible ramp. Again, should need invisible ramps here. And like maybe a little bit better of a job of these like side panels. I have to say though, I really like how the cockpit looks. Like, obviously, these are meant to be, like, gunner seats, which I understand, but I just really like them as, like, vanilla cockpits. Do we have any more cockpits? Oh, yeah, we've also got the gunner one. I don't think that does anything different. We'll go check it real quick. Get up. This way. It's one more. Oops. Alright, I know I'm missing build your own doors. That causes some slight issues. We're TCLing. Ba-ba-bum. Oh, that's where it was already, law. Or what is this one? This is just the gunner seat. Yeah, this is just the gunner seat. All right, so we're gonna do is we're gonna fly. I'm gonna fly from here because it looks really cool. We're gonna really quickly test the weapons, and then we're going to swap to Xbox and just do a quick overview of the parts, make sure they're all there and they all work and function. We're gonna check this minigun because we've tested the other weapons obviously on the ship. We're just gonna test the minigun, see what it does. Oh god, my ship looks like a mess. So, like, if we, like, take into account all the parts that we're getting, like, I think it's definitely worth the price. Now, just saying that, though, I have to test to make sure one, that they work on Xbox, and then two, the cockpits I would prefer to be tweaked a little bit. Oh my god. Okay, so that's... Right, so look, that's really cool. Now, we'll check the damage on it. Why am I not... Do I have no boost? Oh, I have no power in anything. Well, We're just gonna see what sort of damages I'm playing on. What am I playing on? Let me just put on normal. The thing is, I'm always cautious when mod authors make custom weapons because they might tend to make them too powerful. Okay, yeah, so on normal, this thing, it's a little bit too powerful. I definitely tweaked the damage. Yeah, I tweaked the damage a fair bit. Like, this is shredding. Obviously, they're only level 4 enemies, but it's shredding shields and health. And again, this is just me personally. But I feel like with paid mods, you kind of, because of Bethesda's mentality of like, you know, what's, you know, achievement friendly and stuff, you kind of expect them to be a little bit more balanced. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to swap over to Xbox. We will be right back. All right, so here we are on Xbox. We're going to really quickly just go through the ships and kind of check the interiors, and then we'll finish off with the parts. So one thing you will notice there, I don't know if you can spot it, but you see how quick it is swapping between ships? My base ships and even my war chest. And you look what happens when I go to swap between these. There's a little bit of a delay. It's not extremely noticeable, but that usually is telling me that on my Xbox, the game is kind of, the ships are kind of bit too powerful for the, like, it's not a huge thing because I've tested like other larger ships and stuff. So what we're gonna do is we'll start off with the we'll start off with the war chest, and we'll just kind of look at the halves real quick. Make sure that kind of all work. Minigun's very cool. I think the only thing with it personally is I think that I just think maybe tweak a little bit, and then like the large versus small, a bit of a, I don't see these. Yeah, I just put a wrap there. I don't see these like inherently being like, you know, they're pretty cool. I would say to the mod author, like maybe tweak the interiors a little bit. Like, you know, you just flip them, which is cool, but like maybe like make it kind of more realistic looking. But that's just me though, you know, people may disagree and you're free to. And this is just the gunner one. Yeah, this is the gunner one. And this is the gunner one as well. So with the gunner ones, what I'm thinking the mod author is trying to do, which again, see, here's the thing. I'm not trying to, again, fire shots at the mod author, but they're kind of doing something that's already been done. Like, there's already mods that allow you to have multiple cockpits. And the fact that the mod author put them in the hab section is what the original mod did. So it's kind of like, I think the flipped upside down ones are cool, but another mod kind of does it and does it kind of better, you know? And that's just my opinion, because you could argue like, well, Crimson, you know, the mod author wanted them for their own mod. They didn't want to have to use an external mod, and I do agree with that. That's perfectly fine. But being that it is a paid mod, I think I really like this cockpit the most. Definitely kind of, you stick the two of them together. Obviously you get stuck here, which is the mod author needs to fix that. We're gonna really quickly just test the weapon on this, the minigun. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So I will say my game did crash turning with space. That's something to remember. Weapon works fine. Obviously, we're gonna reload. Obviously, the crash could have just been, it could have been anything, you know, like it's not inherently the fault of the mod, but it's just something that I like to make people aware of. Just so if you do download this mod on Xbox, you play it on Xbox, and you start getting crashes. Now, obviously, obviously make sure if you're getting crashes from the mod itself and not from other things. As always, I test this in a mod-free environment with this fresh save. Okay, so we're gonna test we're gonna really quickly look at the kind of the ship parts and just see how they kind of act. I want to see what specifically is it that's causing it to kind of freeze up a little bit. So we're gonna view and modify ships. Right, so let's look at we'll check all the pieces. So fuel tank, we have the M-class fuel tank there. We got the Badtech landing, that's from a different mod. Got the anti-grav landing here. Got the grav drive. Got the halves. I just need to test something in a moment. Well, they've got the Badtech, that's from a different mod too. The reactor, and the Badtech reactor. So there seems to be like a very slight delay. Like it's not extremely noticeable, like, but if you're a builder, you like, you know, if you frequent the shipbuilder, you probably will notice it. Doesn't seem to always pop up. Badtech cowlings on the side. Okay, and then we got the, I'm just gonna put them down. With greeblings. Top greeblings. Can I flip to the bottom? Yeah, we can. Got these. See these Deimos radiators, like just make them in the flip mod. It's very easy. Like these ones. The thing too is like the more stuff you add into the shipbuilder, like the more options, I feel like it just lags. It's going to cause more lag and issue. So instead of these being 3 separate parts, just make them 4 separate parts. Just make them one that's flippable. Also, what the fuck? What does that one have? Extra snapping points apparently. The wings. Obviously, the snapping is not really a problem with the mod either. It's more so just how the snapping works in general. Like, I do like these pieces. My only real concern is I am noticing that, like, slightly slower movement. These, again, pieces that could be together. And then weapons, we looked at the weapons before, we're gonna go check them again. Where are they? There we go. So we got the Gatling, Pulse, Deck Gun, Big Gatling. We got the 2 landing bays. And then we got the hull one, and then we got the Badtech cockpits. And then we got the Docker. These Docker. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the difference. Oh, that's the different lol. Oh, okay, understandable. That makes sense. That looks quite cool. And then I think we have the engines. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna just really quickly check some of the ships though. Badtech, and then we've obviously got the equipment spikes. I do like the equipment spikes being like this though. They're quite cool. Fuel tanks, I think we looked at that, so we're gonna cancel that. Let's just go take a look at it. I don't see there being any issue with the interiors just because they're not custom. Yep, that's all good. Check the other ones real quick. They look awesome. Modify ships. I'm not going to check all of them interior-wise, just because I feel like if, you know, some of them work, the other ones should. Again, there's nothing really holes in the wall. Yeah. I believe that is everything. Like I said, the mods, they're very cool, and like I think that they're very, like, honestly, for like the price you're getting some cool ships and some spare, or a lot of new parts. My only really concerns is it seems like that they're kind of a little bit on the laggier side with the shipbuilder. Now, obviously, it doesn't seem too bad on my end, a little bit, but if you're on the Series S, it might be a little bit more problematic. And then obviously, if you have other mods, it might conflict. But then once you start playing with like other mods and stuff, it's not really a mod author's fault. I just think that as is really nice. I think that if you just were to tweak some of the cockpits, because I do like those sideways cockpits, and like just combine the flipped pieces, and you pretty much, it's a GG. Like I said, I would love to see the mod author just do like a straight, you know, like a parts pack. But obviously, this is really a parts pack. Whereas the original mod I reviewed, it like added like what, like 2 or 3 new parts that were kind of custom. This is like added a lot more, which I think is more fair. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and catch you in the next one. Bye bye.